My name is Telepoema Daniel, and a lot happened in the world of sport. Even just yesterday, so many stories, beautiful stories everywhere in Africa. Welcome to Sports Flash today. Today in the studios, I have my brother, gold medalist, winner of Scrabbles, and the last sports Jolo Okagwe. You're highly welcome.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Kwame.
All right. Going straight to what we have this morning, a lot of stories. Finally, Nigeria has a sigh of relief. And that is coming from our brother who won the African Player of the Year 2022-2023. Talking about the Napoli hitman in the person of Victor Osimhen was declared the winner yesterday after a lot of breathtaking, where people thought, man, Mohamed Salah was there and Hakim Sharaf was there as well, Hakimi. And people thought, is it going to go this way or is it going to go our way? But finally, it was a Nigerian thing. And what's your reaction to when you had Victor Osimhen declared the African Player of the Year?
Well, I would say what a relief it was. But then, congratulations to Victor. Congratulations to Nigeria, NFF, and the rest of us. It's long overdue for a Nigerian to have emerged, will I say, the MVP when you talk about football in Africa. It's a good one. Nobody can deny the fact that this young man last season, you understand, really was on fire, and then the effort he made, you understand, in order to get Napoli to that first Scudetto in over 3 decades is enough to have given him that laurel, you understand. So I think the margin was very, very wide between him and his co-contestants, you understand, because other than the superlative performance of Hakimi, you understand, for Morocco at the World Cup, last World Cup, and then Mo Salah, his goals, but then Liverpool fell short of actually winning anything tangible last season. So I think it would have been, will I say, absurd and aberration if he had gone for either of these other players. But then we wouldn't say that it wasn't a good fight, you understand. But then the question is now, I haven't won this because, like we keep saying, success is beautiful, but it is sustaining and maintaining it that is the issue. Can we see Victor Osimhen, you understand, keep up being the #1 in Africa? That is the question. So that question we will ask as football lovers, as his fans, you understand, and as Nigerians. But the question is, he has the answer to give to us if he can maintain that stardom that he's already having right now, with all the distractions that we've been having with him in Napoli and the coach and everything like that. Because take it or leave it, this exploit was gotten on the back of a superlative season with Napoli, not with Nigeria. You understand? So he needs to get back that in his head, or except he will power Nigeria to winning the Nations Cup next season. I mean, next month. You understand? Next year. Then we can now say that, fine, probably he will definitely get to do it. But let him enjoy the ovation now that he's very, very fresh. We wish him all the best.
We wish him all the best. And yesterday he said when he was making a speech, he said, irrespective of my shortcomings. So what it means that he knows he has these shortcomings, having issues on and off the field,
pitch,
he has the family issues, which, thank God, he sorted it out the last time.
And even managerial issues.
Managerial issues.
His personal managerial issues. So.
Well, like you rightly said, he said if he's going to understand that a lot is now expected of him, in the field of play and off the field of play, because he is the African #1, and people begins to see him with a large responsibilities, both in the disciplinary aspect of it in the field. We don't want to see that. We want to see how he carries, other players along. Well, Victor Osimhen, we wish you well. We are so grateful to God for after a very long time, this laurel is coming back to Nigeria. Okay, Nigerian goalkeeper wins CAF Goalkeeper of the Year. Last week, my guest was so biased that he said he doesn't think Nnadozie is going to win the laurel of the best goalkeeper. But you could see just yesterday, Chiamaka Nnadozie was declared the winner as the best goalkeeper of the year, 2022 and 2023. React to this concerning this young lad who just broke into the limelight.
People were even, she was even being touted to be amongst the front runners to even win the coveted African Footballer of the Year, the female aspect of it all. But then, like we keep saying, when you know what it is that you're doing and you're doing it well, definitely, those people that know your value and your onions will definitely come and give you the desired accolade that goes with it. That she's young and that she just broke is not a yardstick. We've seen players, you understand, do great exploits at their very first, let's say, stage. You understand, big stage like Pele, the World Cup and everything like that at the age of 17. So that's to say, when you win it, or when you get recognized at this tender age, it gives you more impetus, more drive, you understand, to sustain it and see if you can take it off from there. You understand? Good enough that we have a Nigerian doing so well when it has to do with the CAF, the male and the female aspect of it all. But we want that to transcend, because this is more like an individual effort, because it is not really registering in the team effort. Last African Women's Championship, Nigeria struggled to qualify for the World Cup by coming fourth. And the last Nations Cup, we didn't win it either for the male side. So even though our Nigerian players are showcasing their skills and doing well in their respective club side, you understand, like Nnadozie now winning the CAF Goalkeeper of the Year, we want that to be replicated in our national team. Because like they say, football, apart from the individual accolades that you get, it's still a team game. So we want this thing to come together, and then we'll now begin to win collectively as a nation.
Okay, Chiamaka Nnadozie, the Super Falcon of Nigeria have a very wonderful goalkeeper, and we believe the male aspect has been having issues with goalkeeping. We're praying.
Who can substitute
we're praying God should look at our heart and bless the male
with
a very good goalkeeper like Chiamaka Nnadozie, who today has defended herself and brought herself into limelight now that, of a truth, she's a good goalkeeper.
She's good.
And they're talking about even stopping the penalty in the World Cup is something that we need to reckon with. So we want to wish her well, Chiamaka Nnadozie. Kudos to you. Why that we were still celebrating Chiamaka Nnadozie being the best goalkeeper of the year, 2022-2023, another Nigerian broke the record, being the best female player of the year for the 6th time. And this is no other person than the FC Barcelona top striker, Oshola Azizat. And she was given the best player of the year. But before that, before bringing Oshola, the Super Falcon won the National Team of the Year. The Super Falcon won the National Team of the Year. So if you ask me, I would say that the whole CAF award was all about Nigeria. Now we have Oshola. This is the 6th time she's winning this prestigious title. Now, what do you have to say about Oshola? And let's see why Okpara couldn't, fall in place with her.
Well, I think, first and foremost, you really need to congratulate her, and then you begin to ask yourself, not just as a Nigerian, but as a human being, for you to win the 6th, the CAF award for the 6th time, shows there is something you're definitely doing. And underlining that she's doing in her club side, you will see that there is a level of discipline that she puts into the work that she does. Sincerely speaking, you will need a lot of discipline, you understand? Apart from your self-determination and everything, in order for you to be this successful. So first and foremost, I believe that this young lady is disciplined. Disciplined in the sense that you're keeping to the rules of what the game says, and then to what your doctor is saying in order for you to be fit and to be winning these laurels, and then improving your performances for your club side. But Barcelona are a very, very solid team when it has to do with Champions League football for the female side and stuff like that. And in their league too, they are doing marvelously well. And that is because of the goals this young lady is pumping into the net. So for her to have won it the 6th time shows that there is a whole lot going for her. And I really commend her. It has never happened before in the history of African football for somebody to win a particular coveted award for the 6th time, be it for the male or for the female. It has never happened before. So this is a huge honor for her. And I believe
definitely she ought to be in the Hall of Fame.
Of course, she has to be, because
this is a record smashing one, not break it. She just smashed the record.
It has never happened before. Yes. You understand? So these are the areas where we begin to see youngsters that are growing up should ask, look and see what this girl is doing differently for her to be in this limelight. And then
and there was something she said that is very, very that was very, very touchy. 2 things. One, you said support because African ladies, African girls that are playing this football, so many of them started on their own.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. There is no better platform, you understand?
No platform
for
nothing.
them to even,
they just had to struggle, struggle to be where they are today. Yeah, but thanks to some of the club sides where you talk about, and the Nigerian club side, which has also, been contributing, but the contribution, it has been so little.
It's not commensurate.
You cannot measure it up with anything.
And that.
But at least
that's why I keep talking. I don't know if this is the platform to talk about this thing. African football centers so much on what the male counterpart does. Little funding goes to what the
No. When you talk about Africa, I don't think it's all about Africa. I think this is a world issue, because when you look at when you look at the female World Cup, you imagine the field of play doesn't get filled up. Now there is no much advertisement the way whenever it is a male World Cup. That discrepancy in it.
It will gradually grow, and it has been growing. You understand? The last World Cup, the statistics are there for us to see that they were higher.
No, but we're just trying to. When you talk about,
that's what I'm telling you now. For an African to have won, for a Nigerian to have won the CAF Female Award 6th time, even though Nigeria is still the giant of African football. By a country
not now.
No, giant. Based on what we have won the AFCON 9 times. No other African team has won 3.
Is it via the female? Or
the female. I'm talking about the female.
Oh, the female.
But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now, these are the areas where we need to consolidate. But then, when you now check in disparity to, like you're saying, to the funding that goes to the male and to the female, you begin to wonder, is this coming from the same glass house? Because I think what they give to the male is like 70 to 30%, if I'm not mistaken.
You would even be asking yourself, excuse me, how much does FIFA give to the male club, and how much do they give to the female club?
Well, they are working on that. Very soon now,
they will start. That's why I said it's a global issue.
That's what I'm saying. But why FIFA is trying to address that one on the global stage by trying to bring about equality in pay. I'm talking about FIFA organized tournaments now. Then we back here, what I'm talking about is Nigeria as a country that knows that our female team seems to even have better glory than the male team.
Yes.
But then the funding and then the grassroots.
No, because that's why I'm saying that. Why I think that discrepancy is there is because it starts from the top, which is the FIFA.
Which is FIFA.
Now, when you look at different clubs, you will know how much they pay players. As in the male players.
But Daniel,
you know how much they pay the female players? No, I'm coming.
Female football World Cup started in 1999. 1991. You can't compare that to the male football World Cup that started 1930.
We are just
so
saying,
they are getting there.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
But I want you to understand that it is not basically Nigeria, because I think if the top is well and properly organized.
But there are other countries that represent China, America, and the rest, England. The kind of funding they give to the female team is different from what they give compared to what we do in this part of the world. You can see how many times have you seen one of these European countries, their female team go abroad and get stranded? But in Nigeria here, we've seen our female national team go for a tournament and then got to the final. And then the FA said that they didn't expect them to get to the semi-final, that there is no money, no bonuses, and then no even money, accommodation, and the rest of it all.
Well, I will take that as a rumor because it was
It is not a rumor, it is something that happened in this country.
Yes,
we all read it in the papers.
We all did.
So that is what I'm talking about.
But
funding.
You see, well, I agree with you. We need to do more for the female team because as it stands,
they are even bringing more laurels.
They are the ones that have brought more laurels.
Exactly, than the male counterpart.
Than the male counterpart. And they're the ones that have good goalkeepers more than us. You understand?
Winning six CAF award.
It
has not happened. Even in the male part, yes. I think the highest is.
I can't remember when last Nigeria was.
You understand?
The Super Eagles was saying they're the best team.
Yeah,
I can't remember when that happened.
But
last,
this happens on a regular basis.
Yeah,
so kudos to them.
We want to say a very big kudos to the female national team. They have been doing great, excellently, job, and cleaning our eyes, making Nigerians to still have hope that there is still
not only even in football, even in athletics.
In athletics, in a lot of everything. When it comes to sports, the female.
There was even
in weightlifting. I can remember in weightlifting, a lot of things they have been doing so well. So we want to appreciate them, and we believe the male will borrow leaf from them and do well. Irrespective of the politics that is going on, NFF, would they still bring back Wardrum, or are they going on with Madugu? And this is still bringing a lot of confusion. This is part of those politics that still destroy the system.
Imagine
a man who has taken somebody that far. You're now trying to contemplate.
Then you have a Pesero.
And you bring in somebody.
That cannot beat, what is it called? Lesotho and Zimbabwe.
We're in serious, we pray God will help us. All right, Nwabili to the rescue. Jose Pesero was cited in South Africa the other day, where the Chippa United played a match, and he said he was there to see a former Enyimba goalkeeper, Nwabili, to know if the guy will be coming in for a rescue. And we have two good Nigerian keepers in the what's it called, in South African League. We have Abeyi and now Nwabili.
Daniel has been tried.
Daniel has been tried, and it's just that but the media didn't give him room to flourish.
At the same time, with this our junketing and looking for a suitable, let's say, goalkeeper, sometimes this thing goes with faith. If you have faith as a national team coach with two goalkeepers, and then you keep, working them, prepping them up and everything like that, I think it will give us the desired result. Because by the time you bring in, the goalkeeping aspect of football is one of the most precarious and dangerous parts, because if you miss it, and he has to be a good communicator, these are the areas where we begin to watch and see where are we actually getting it wrong. The good thing about Enyama was, from the fact that he was good, he was equally a good communicator from the back, organizing the men in front of him. So it could be that the one that we have presently that we're having issues with is not a good communicator. Those are the areas where maybe the technical crew will now begin to say, how do we get to work with this young man in order to get the very best from him? You understand?
The other day, one of the ex-Super Eagles players said that Nigerian Super Eagles team has no commander. Okay. That it lacks leadership.
Probably exactly what I'm talking about.
Leadership.
So that is it.
Because I can remember when Enyama was in the goalpost, he was the captain.
Yeah.
And he was commanding the team.
defenders too.
He knows the position to,
that's the work of a goalkeeper.
And they listen. One thing is for a keeper to say something. Another is for the players to listen.
I remember the crazy man I used to keep for Arsenal, Jens Lehmann. I remember there was a match they played, and the young man dragged, I think it was Kole Toure. They were about to take a corner, and he dragged him and said, young man, this is where I want you to
stay. Stay here.
So when you see things like this, you begin to say, these are goalkeepers that know their onions, and then they tell you what to do. You understand? And then you do it. But sometimes maybe when you watch these youngsters that we have here, and is it that they are scared of the older players ahead of them to say, okay, this is where I need you to stand, this is where I need you to stay. Probably these are the areas where I feel we can work on, even though we know we have great shortcomings in that area.
Another aspect of our Super Eagles that needs great attention is the creativity aspect
Of the midfield.
Of the midfield.
We don't have any.
We don't have
nothing. No creativity.
Irrespective of now, Jose Peseiro should look at and see how Ndidi is flourishing, because the Leicester coach Maresca had to change Ndidi's pattern of play from being an offensive to be a combative midfielder, and to be supportive now.
Yeah.
He plays him on 8, and he's a supporting striker. He supports the striker, and just like he has 4 goals to his name now. So I think flexibility matters a lot.
Of course,
in everything.
Of course.
And that flexibility will help a coach to get the best out of play. But when you become too rigid, that come stand here, they play. You are the one that will be playing.
But that aspect of rigidity, is it down to the player or the coach too?
It's the coach, because being a professional is when a coach tells you your position, you maintain the position. You cannot go out of that position, because when anything goes wrong, when you're out of the position, you will be held accountable for it. Now, but if, like Arsene Wenger will always say, you are playing 8, does not mean that when you see a spot where you could score goal or assist, you don't go to assist. That's why they call it a flowing free game. They teach you how to be with the ball, and how not to be when you are off the ball, what you should do, the position you should take, how you should, position yourself properly. So these are the kind of things, that's modern football now. So Jose Peseiro will pray.
So Jose Peseiro is giving us a cake football as a
we would try. Let's see what he's playing, because as it stands now, Nigerians are still confused to know.
No, we are still confused. I think the NFF said that let us wait till after the Nations Cup.
We'll not know.
We will not know what our fate will be.
God will help us, and that's it. We're still on ABS Sports Splash, where we're talking sports, part of the things that happened just last week and yesterday, where Nigerians, in fact, 2023 is our year, transition, when they transited from the sports, the presidency, and now we are in the award-winning country. Thank God. Hope our economy too would transit as well. And that is it. Nigerians unhappy with Amuneke for picking Salah over Victor Osimhen. Now, this is a very significant one, because people rumored that Emmanuel Amuneke voted against his son. He discovered this young lad. He brought him into limelight. And when you listened to Osimhen yesterday say, I want to say a very big thank you to Emmanuel Amuneke, who God used to bring me into limelight. And the same man is being accused of not voting for his son.
For the man he brought into
limelight. For the man he brought into limelight, he voted for Salah. Well, I don't want to really believe this, because I'm still saying it as a rumor. But if it is something to go by, man, it doesn't sound good.
Sincerely speaking, it doesn't sound good. But then I don't know if he's trying to, let's say, consolidate or compensate for the good time he had at Zamalek. You remember, Emmanuel Amuneke had a superlative period.
But it looks, even no matter the good time he thinks he has there.
Yeah.
It cannot be. It looks as if somebody is sacrificing his son.
Yeah, but I probably maybe it could be that he feels that his one vote might not prevent, Osimhen from winning it. You understand?
So he wondered, why didn't he stand with this young man? And
I think that is in his opinion. Every person is entitled to use our own vote, irrespective of the fact that he voted.
Because you know that in Nigeria we do Barapa too much.
We do Barapa too much, you understand? But then, to me, I wouldn't read any important red flag going into that thing. I just think, in my own opinion, I just felt he just decided to do what he feels was good for him. Probably he feels that Salah is better to have won it, but then eventually his one vote didn't change the tide of things. Then.
Now, last week, people were clamoring for Sunday Olise and Emmanuel Amuneke, Daniel Amokachi and Vincent Enyama to be given over the affairs of Super Eagles? Are you?
I think the number of people you make mention of is too many. I think it should just be a case of one person, and then maybe you have one or two assistants.
No, that's it now. When you have Emmanuel, you have Olise, you have Omokachi. That's 3. Then Enyama is the goalkeeper trainer. That's 4. That's the backroom staff.
Who is the head coach?
Olise.
Okay, Olise to be the head coach. I think I would prefer Emmanuel Amunike to be the head coach based on the antecedent of bringing on a heralded Tanzania to the Nations Cup. You understand, in a group that had, I think, Ghana. You understand? So to me, I think the young man has really...
But you know, there will be no time Olise will want to work under his junior.
It's not a case of who is junior or who is senior. You understand that kind of a thing? To me, it makes no sense. To me, Nigeria should come first, irrespective of whosoever that is, you understand, deputizing or assisting you, you understand, in the job. It should be Nigeria first. So in my own opinion, I feel, based on what they have on ground, you understand? Based on
winning under 17,
yeah, you understand. Then taking Tanzania out to the Nations Cup. So these are the areas the NFF should be looking at.
Pedigree.
Yeah, what has Olise actually done? You understand? Apart from that, he took, I think, a second division team in Holland. You understand? So handled them. Then Amokachi on his own part. He has always been on the periphery of.
Amokachi is there, has done great. He's won cup with Enyimba.
That's what I'm saying.
Done so many other things, you know.
But as it stands right now, you should just give it to Amunike and stick by somebody. And then if you have, let Amunike be the one to even choose who deputizes for him. If he's going to be made the head coach, then you let him choose who he feels will work with him in order to deliver. Let's not impose people on people. To me, it makes no sense. You understand? If you really want the real thing to be done, call these guys for an interview. Any person that you feel that merits it, then you give the person your job. I mean, the job. But to tell me that Amunike, Amokachi, and this, to me, it doesn't really cut the mustard seed. Have a head coach. Let the head coach pick. If it's going to be among his ex, no problem. If it's going to be somebody that he feels he has worked with outside Nigeria, no problem. Because these are the areas where we want. When you
no, because most of the time when you bring in somebody from outside, because I still remember the case between Samson Siasia and his deputy he brought from Holland, and there was a lot of controversies who's going to be paying him. NFF said they are not going to be paying it. That Siasia has to find a way to sort the young man out. But when the NFF said, okay, bring in Emmanuel Amunike or bring in Sunday Olise, and that's okay, you're working with these people whom we know we've tested. They have pedigrees in coaching career. I think it makes more sense than, you know, calling them for this interview thing all over again.
It makes more sense to you, but the person has to have a reliable deputy to work
That's what we are saying.
Let it be me that will choose. Don't impose any person on me.
No, it is not an imposture. It has to do, since we want to cut across our indigenous coaches.
Yeah.
The NFF have a technical team.
Yeah.
That they know the coaches they can access. Not, there are people that have been tried. There are people that we know. They are disciplined, they are humane, and they know how to carry players along from the X team. I think it is still okay if they bring them and say, okay, at this point in time, we need to rescue
that we were classmates before doesn't mean we get along. That we were classmates before doesn't necessarily mean that we get along. I remember in that Manchester United team of 1999, the so-called 1999, Teddy Sheringham and the captain, what's his name? O'Neill, Roy Keane, were not on speaking terms. They were not. They were not on speaking terms. But it didn't stop the team from winning treble.
Kolo-Toure and Gallas, they don't follow.
You understand? So what are you telling me about?
And they asked, as someone said, that is not a must that they must flow, but once they get into the field, they should do the job.
Get your job done. It's as simple as that. So that is what we expect. So if you want a coach for Nigeria, employ the coach, then leave him with the responsibility of choosing his aides. That's true. It's as good as that.
All right. Well, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain close today at Sports Splash on ABS. Next week we'll be coming your way with more exciting stories, and we want to go and know where Oshime is so that we'll join and catch the phone as well today. So on this note, we'll draw the curtain close on Sports Splash. My name is still Ekweme Daniel. Ajolo, thank you for being part of it.
It's always a pleasure to be here talking sports, living sport and doing sport. And I pray that you keep on being sporty, because that's the way to go about it. Thank you, and bye for now.
Bye.